Okay, I'm just going to show you how to do a simple crosstab technique in Excel here. So I've got a data set which comes from a current account. You've got date, transaction, credits, debits, account type, cash flow. Cash flow is just credits minus debits, and then week commencing is the week in which the transaction date falls. So what I'm going to use to do the crosstab is the AC type, account type, and the week commencing fields. They're going to form the two dimensions of the crosstab. And what I want to sum the crosstab values for is cash flow. So what I've got here is account type, and I'm going to just start listing them, but the best way is to just create a quick pivot table, get every possible account type, and then copy paste that list of account types in your row setting. And then likewise do the same for the week commencing values. Just pulling them in as columns and then putting them across the top. Kind of looks like a pivot table output right now. Okay, so what I want to do is in here we want to get the cash flow values that are associated with that account type and that date throughout the range. In order to do that, what I need to do is create a key, and the key is going to consist of the account type and week commencing for each row in the data set. So this is like as if you're joining a table using those two fields. I'm just going to call the header AC type week commencing key. Now the way that you're going to do this is use a VLOOKUP formula, but Excel doesn't like VLOOKUPs on the right, so we just pull the cash flow to the right of that key. And then we just start writing the VLOOKUP formula. So we've got, so as you can see, the dates here in number form match the right hand side of column H values. So what we're doing is we're saying look up AC type week commencing associated with that cell, and what's important is the way that we lock the cells. So we need to lock the account type for the column that it's in, and we need to lock week commencing for the row that they're in, so that when we drag the range down, when we drag the selection down, it will give us a cross-tabulated, it will pinpoint the vector of the row and column we're interested in. So I've done that. I've used the VLOOKUP formula to just pull back the cash flow, but as we can see, the sum of cash flow there is not the same as the sum of all the values here. And the reason for that is that VLOOKUP doesn't sum all the instances where there may be duplicate cross-tabulated references. So for example, if we had food basics occurring twice in 1 week, VLOOKUP would only take it once. So what I'm now doing is I'm using a SUMIF function instead of a VLOOKUP function, but essentially applying exactly the same technique. So I'm summing the combination of the column and row that I'm in my crosstab, and I'm looking at column H to pull back the relevant instances and then summing them throughout the range. And as you can see now, the sum adds up to the total sum of cash flow, and that's my crosstab